Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I'm answering viewer questions, and this is from Debdp. And she was wondering, in light of the espionage investigations with Trump et al., will the DOJ, are they looking into the 8 Republicans who spent Independence Day in Russia with Putin in 2018? 7 senators, including John Kennedy, Richard Shelby, Steve Daines, John Hoeven, John Thune, Jerry Moran, and Rob Johnson. I think I'm losing some there. And there was one other person she had on there. And one House member, Granger. You know, what's going to happen with those folks? Is the FBI looking into these 7 senators and 1 House of Representatives person? Let's see if we can figure out what was the nature, what was the underhanded nature of the trip. I know they went over there under some pretenses, but what was the real nature of that trip? And then let's figure out what the DOJ is doing. So this will be a little bit of a longer reading because it's going to be some of the bigger spreads. Entertainment purposes only. But I've wondered this myself, so Deb, thank you for asking. Let's see what we can figure out here. What was the nature of that trip? Decision time. Needing making decisions. Strength. They were given something. They were giving something of value to help them, but the thing that they were given of value comes at a price. So if they were given money or intelligence or something, it comes at a price. This is almost telling me what the DOJ is looking at with them. But we're asking that. So we have the Star card. Let's throw them all out. Queen of Cups. Here's your money. Ace of Pentacles. Justice. Hermit. Lovers. Okay, so what was the purpose of going over there? It was a decision. I think there was a very strategic decision made to strengthen the Republican Party. These folks were considered stars in the Republican Party. I think these are more stars in the MAGA faction of the Republican Party, and this is kind of to bring them into the fold. Queen of Cups. This is kind of their secrets. There were secrets that were being shared with them. Russia might have been providing some intel or compromise with them, things of value to bring these folks in. And they were told to be quiet. Do not talk about this. It's kind of like the secret handshake. You're now a Mason. You're in the secret society. You get to know things that nobody else does. And underneath it is the Lover's card. So it's all about building that relationship between MAGA and the MAGA leadership, the Republican Party, and Putin. They were offered money and things of value while over there, but they have to keep quiet about it. I think that the stuff that they were offered involves justice or injustice. I think they're offered secrets, maybe even state secrets. It's almost like it's like a different society that was going on. It bringing them into the fold, these new people that they wanted to bring in. It's like it gives them a sense of justice, a sense of purpose. Like they're the new American oligarchy. They will be the judicial system. They are the ones who will decide what's right for the United States. And then they were returned with that additional information and that additional insight. So it wasn't, my reading on this is it wasn't just straight money, but they were given things of value, but I think it was the promise of power in the future. You're the new Republicans, you're the new guard. You're the ones who are going to be taking over and ruling the United States. You're the new American oligarchy. You're the new leaders. I think they were just really pumping them up with that. And that new leadership was going to be very Russian friendly. And there's no problem being Russian friendly, but it was Putin's Russia that they were going to be friendly with. Okay. what's the current situation with the Department of Justice looking into these members? Because they've got to have started. You can't not have this on your radar. Now, under the Barr administration or Jeff Sessions administration, maybe a whole lot wasn't happening with this. I can't remember when Barr replaced Sessions, but they were going to turn a blind eye to it. That was irrelevant. But new DOJ, there's lots of things for them to focus on, but you got to look in this, especially with regards to what happened with January 6th, what's happening with secrets, like at Mar-a-Lago, the general thing with the war in Ukraine, the Helsinki incident, all this stuff. What's the DOJ? What's the status of the DOJ investigation into these guys? What can you tell me, Spirit, about the energy of this? These cards kind of want to stay on top, so we'll let them stay. What is the DOJ? What do they have to say? Speaking of justice, justice is here. What are we crossing justice with? I put these cards in at different... Every card, when I put it in a different section of this deck. So when they're shuffled, there's usually 10 cards in between them. 5 to 10 cards in between them. It's not like I take all 8, put them on the top, and shuffle them again. What do you know? They're all stuck together. Okay. The Justice Department's going to take exactly what they took away with, and they're going to shine it right back on them. This Justice card was up here, and this Hermit was right down there. These cards were right next to each other. In the past, Hanged Man, they're looking at these people in a new light. It's just really weird. On Independence Day, of all things, a bunch of senators go to Russia to talk with Putin, who is an enemy of the United States. And I think even at that point, they were causing cyber problems with the U.S. They were saber rattling in Ukraine. Just all sorts of shenanigans that Putin was up to. Russia, are you listening? So these guys went over there, and that got the attention of the FBI, of the Department of Justice, even back then. But there probably wasn't anything they could do about it at that point. They had to wait until the Biden administration came in before they could actually do something about that. What they're finding out is an absolute betrayal. These folks have a sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution, and they are probably instead providing comfort to the enemy of the United States. Treasonous type of behavior is what they're finding with these folks. These folks were naive. They were offered something of value. Again, I get a very European feel with this. The Kremlin gave these new MAGA senators and House Rep people something of value, but it was just a naive agreement to get into, and an absolute betrayal of their oaths to the country and the Constitution. The FBI. I keep saying the FBI, but I'm sure the FBI is involved. The Department of Justice is still working on this case. They have not stopped working on this case. I imagine their resources are such that they have less resources than other things. And this is maybe not as big a priority as the other investigations, but it's a priority nonetheless. So they will continue to work at this and chip away with this case. There's another card from the last one. Outcome is the Lover's card. They will understand what the relationship is between these MAGA senators and Putin. Some of them might get an immunity deal to discuss things with others of them. But underneath it all is temperance. Its investigation is taking time, and it's going to continue to take time. This is not the highest priority, but it's not being ignored on this one. Okay, so now that you're down here, I'm just going to show you how I put these cards back. So here's the deck. Here's one card I'll put there. skip a few cards, go there, 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 straighten out the deck a little bit, skip a few cards, go there, skip a few more. I got this right, put on the bottom, and then, you know, even sometimes I'll take the bottom card and just bury it in the deck. And then shuffle. Do a few shuffles. You can't see it, but you can hear it. And I've lost viewers because they hear it far too well, especially the tapping down of the cards. But I remember reading once somebody was suggesting you have to shuffle like 10 times in order to ensure some randomness and such. You know, all in these videos, me shuffling 10 times requires me to try and fill up the video with me blathering along. So sometimes I cut it short, maybe 3 or 5 times. But then I'll do an overhand shuffle like this to, again, try and mix up the cards. Okay, so what's the result of the Department of Justice investigation? Once Temperance has gone through, once the Hermits shine a light on everything, what's going to be the result for these 7 senators and 1 House member? Okay. Entertainment purposes, in case I hadn't said that 23 times. What's the end result? Secrets. Their secrets will be revealed. We don't know them all yet, but their secrets will be revealed. Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's not good. They're looking at them, and there will be action taken on the secrets that they've done. The FBI has a plan going forward. Again, I talk about immunity. I think they will divide and conquer. They will find out who the lackeys were and who the lieutenants were, and they'll go after the lieutenants. Look at all these action cards. Action, action, action. Justice is here. So yeah, the secrets are going to be revealed. The Department of Justice is here to make sure that happens. They will be taking action against these 8 people. Some of them will be offered a deal. Some of them that are offered the deal will take it. Others will not be offered that deal and will have to face judgment. How will that turn out for those facing judgment? They're going to look for plea deals. They'll offer up what they know for hopes of a lighter sentence. I don't think, will anybody go to jail? There's going to be victory here. And I think this is more victory for the Justice Department than for them. I don't think they're going to be vindicated. Not when you've offered immunity deals, not when you've offered plea deals. There's going to be basically, I think this works out for the DOJ. They will offer plea deals to these guys. They'll offer immunity to some to get the full picture as to what was going on. And then at that point, they'll know who was coordinating that and who the kingpins are, because they're always after the kingpins. And you would think a senator or a House rep person would be a kingpin, but they are being gathered together as a bunch of like lieutenants, or maybe not even lieutenants. There's still a group of people that are influential, but there's going to be 1 or 2 people they're reporting to, and then one person's controlling that. So they're going to want to work up to those 2 people controlling them, that one person. That doesn't mean that they won't suffer consequences for their actions. They will. But they want to find out who's actually pulling the strings. Okay, so yes, accountability is coming, Deb. I don't know how soon. It's going to be a while, I think. But this isn't something that's going to be ignored. It will make the news again. I just don't know when. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again for supporting my channel. It's been growing by leaps and bounds, and it's been so exciting to see. And it inspires me to record a bunch of videos and put up a bunch of content so that you're getting a constant stream of information, insights, backgrounds, and all sorts of good stuff like that. Thank you again for everything that you've done to support my channel. I really appreciate it. Take care.